Hello and welcome to this year's second Scarlet edition of Buckeye TV. In this edition, we have a diverse offering of stories, including stories on this year's Ohio State men's soccer team and a brief recap on this year's presidential election results.
Ahead, we also have interesting stories about what Ohio State students hate more than they hate the University of Michigan, student opinions on streaming services like Spotify and Apple Music, and much more. Stay tuned here on Buckeye TV. Hello, and welcome to the second Scarlet edition of Buckeye TV. I'm Cammie Bumpers.
And I'm Andrew McLean.
Today, we'll take a closer look at what's on campus dining options and students prefer.
And later, we'll find out if students think it is too early to put up their Christmas trees.
The #1 Ohio State men's soccer team is on a quest to win its first national championship in program history. Brian Mazonov's Buckeyes closed the regular season 12-1-3 and posted its third undefeated season at home in program history. A big reason why his senior class, which recognized on October 29th. Our Tyler Danberg has more.
On Tuesday night at Jesse Owens Memorial Stadium, the #1 Ohio State Buckeyes men's soccer team recognized its seniors that have logged now over 330 career appearances. The Buckeyes drew to a 2-2 tie against the Michigan State Spartans, and its senior class played a major role.
Parker Grinstead, Tomaso Vila, Dalen Velios, Anthony Samways, Siggy Magnuson, David Rona, and Michael Ide-Dukin were recognized in a celebration of the Buckeyes senior class.
Unbelievable senior class. I mean, some of those guys have been around 4 or 5 years. I love those guys to death.
Wake Forest transfer David Rona opened the scoring with a goal on his senior night for the school he first did not commit to.
This staff has been amazing. They were great. They were one of the first teams to recruit me, so coming back and being welcomed with open arms, even after telling them no at the beginning, they've been great.
Trailing 2-1, freshman David Ajagby tied the match with a header goal. Senior leadership has helped the first year transition to the college game.
Oh yeah, the seniors are great. Great role models. Obviously Dalen and Rona being the captains. Great guys. And I wish them best in whatever they do after.
Now, Ohio State embarks to College Park, Maryland to take on the currently ranked, second-ranked Maryland Terrapins. Graduate forward David Rona said it best, he wants to win. For Buckeye TV, I'm Tyler Danberg.
After achieving the most remarkable comeback in political history, Donald Trump has been elected America's 47th president and will return to the Oval Office in January. 4 years after leaving Washington, following his attempt to overturn the election in 2020 in order to remain in office, Trump's victory defied an assassination attempt, 2 presidential impeachments, and multiple criminal charges. In conceding the election, Vice President Kamala Harris addressed her supporters, acknowledging the loss and expressing her commitment to ensure a peaceful transfer of power.
Music is integral to most people in some way, but how we get our music has changed, especially recently. Aria Parikh has more.
Almost everyone loves music, and while music taste differs from person to person, we all have the same choices of sources to get said music. It used to be necessary to buy a physical copy of any music we wanted, but now we rely on digital streaming for most of our music. The most popular services right now are Spotify and Apple Music.
Do you use Spotify or Apple Music? Spotify. And why is that? It's more personable and it makes playlists every day that is music that I like, so I can also make my own playlists or just use ones that are customizable.
Spotify creates 6 new playlists every day based on your current music taste and 2 weekly playlists to introduce you to new music. Both Spotify and Apple Music offer student plans for $6 a month, while their normal plans are $12 a month for Spotify and $11 a month for Apple Music. But Spotify isn't the choice for some. Some prefer Apple Music.
Vice President.
I actually use both. Apple Music, they have the Dolby Atmos feature. The sound quality is much better on Apple Music, uncontentious. But for social reasons, gotta sometimes use Spotify.
As we can see, students tend to have very strong opinions on which streaming service they prefer and have pretty good reasons that back up why. This is Arya Parikh reporting for Buckeye TV.
We'll be right back with a quick rundown on Ohio State's newly named Vice President of Administration and Planning, a breakdown of Black Friday shopping this year, and student opinions on the best on-campus dining options. Stick with us here on Buckeye TV. On October 28, Ohio State University's president, Ted Carter Jr., named Chris Kabarek as the university's new Vice President of Administration and Planning. According to the Office of Administration and Planning's website, Kabarek, who previously served as the Chief Financial Officer at the University of Nebraska, will oversee a total of 6 university departments, including the Department of Public Safety, Transportation and Traffic Management, and the Office of Technology and Digital Innovation.
It's that time of year again. The holidays are coming and the shopping is starting. Black Friday is approaching once again, and reporter Riley Rotkamp is asking Ohio State students how they will spend this upcoming season.
I'm currently in Columbus, Ohio today to talk to some Ohio State students about where they do their Black Friday shopping, if they feel the tradition has changed in the last few years, and some advice they have to new Black Friday shoppers for the upcoming season. Are you planning on shopping for Black Friday this year?
I am. I've got a couple gifts I gotta buy.
Okay, so where do you plan on shopping?
I mainly plan on shopping online, but I'll probably go to like Target.
I'm probably gonna go to like mall, definitely Walmart, definitely like Target, all those places.
Most likely Best Buy. I'm trying to get a Canon R5, which is like a camera that I really want.
I'm not sure yet. Probably my local mall or some thrift shops nearby.
While these are all avid Black Friday shoppers, some of them had agreements and disagreements on whether or not Black Friday has changed in the last few years and how online shopping has affected that.
I do not think so. I think I've had a similar experience. Like each time I went, just like going in there, things that be like discounted.
Yeah, the last few years I've just shopped online. I feel like it's definitely becoming more like online sales and stuff like that instead of in person.
I do. I feel like the deals are definitely worse recently, but it's because everything else is online. It's just easier for me because I don't live like really close to a shopping center.
I think the biggest difference is the switch to online shopping. There is lots of less people going in the stores. It's not as crazy as it used to be. There was fully like people camped outside for days, like when I was a kid, and now there's like people just go online shopping on Amazon or whatever, especially due to the pandemic, but also because of consumerism and over-consumerism. So it's easier to get more stuff online because you don't have to leave your house.
With the years of experience these Black Friday shoppers have, they have a little bit of advice for someone who's looking to go Black Friday shopping for the first time this year.
Have a plan, start early, get there, and focus on what you need, because it could get crazy.
I would say definitely like do your research online first, and just like to know like which spot you can go and like what time they even open. That would just like save you the headache of like being in line in the first place, and also like you just know what you want.
Just be prepared for lines.
Just like be careful and like make sure you're aware of all the things that could happen.
Stay safe and have fun, I guess. I mean, it's shopping, so.
From shopping tips to safety reminders, these experienced shoppers have been around the block when it comes to Black Friday. Stay safe this holiday season, and from Buckeye TV, this is Riley Rotkamp signing off.
When it comes to the college experience, what and where to eat is a question every student must ask themselves. But what are the options exactly? Buckeye TV reporter Kate Shields took to campus to hear some students' thoughts on what dining halls to frequent and the importance of understanding your meal plan.
At a school as large as Ohio State, which is home to over 60,000 students, the majority of which are undergraduates who rely on a meal plan, having solid dining options is crucial. With 3 traditional options, including Morrill, Traditions at Scott and Kennedy, along with countless coffee shops and markets such as the Union and Curl, the options may seem endless. But what do students actually think of the quality of meals, and what are their favorite dining halls? Let's see.
Which dining halls do you typically go to the most often?
I go to Scott because I live really close to. I'm vegetarian, so I think it's really easy to find food there. Like a lot of different options that I can eat.
Also, the coffee is it's convenient to go to so many cafes around the campus. Like Oxley is just behind us, and so that's also a great option to go to.
So me personally, I have the Traditions Plus dining plan, and I didn't even understand what my dining plan was really. My mom kind of picked it out for me. I didn't really know anything. I had to learn as I went, and I actually spent all my dining dollars in the first month.
Ohio State offers a handful of dining plan options to meet the needs of all students, as well as dining dollars and Buckeye cash, which can be used on campus and at some off-campus participating locations such as Chick-fil-A, Target, and Chipotle.
I think the addition of Grubhub and everything is awesome, being able to order everything at that and from restaurants other than just the school provided ones.
Well, after today, it seems like Buckeyes have some pretty big opinions on on-campus dining. For BuckeyeTV, this has been Kate Shields.
Up next, a recap of Ohio State's Saturday football match up against Purdue, and a look into students' opinions on whether or not it's too early for Christmas decorations. Ahead on Buckeye TV.
Number 3, Ohio State returned home following its win at Penn State to face Purdue on Saturday at Ohio Stadium. Over 103,000 fans witnessed a flyover from a C-130 bomber before the high-flying Buckeyes offense outpaced the Boilermakers 45-0. On Ohio State's final possession of the first half, quarterback Will Howard overcame a sack by Purdue's Cole Brevard and found star wide receiver Jeremiah Smith for a large gain. But Smith was not done yet. Howard and Smith linked up for a 17-yard touchdown. It was Smith's 9th touchdown catch of the season, setting a new Ohio State record for receiving touchdowns by a freshman.
As the semester is drawing to a close, many students are looking for ways to get more involved in campus life. One of these ways is the resident advisor role, where students can serve as mentors, support peers, and build a stronger community. What does it take to stand out in the application process? Andrew McLean has the story.
With resident advisor applications now open and closing on December 5th, you have the unique opportunity to gain leadership skills in a unique environment. Today we talked to a hall director and a few resident advisors to see how they've grown in their position. To find out what they're looking for in the resident hall application, we went to Lawrence Tower and Point on Lane hall director John McGowan.
We're looking mostly for experiences that students have. Typically, we want those experiences to show some reflection about what happened, how they resolve different situations, their ability to build relationships, handle conflicts, and work with others whose identities are different than their own.
Next, we took it to current resident advisors to see how this role impacted their time on campus.
It's made me more responsible, and I call them my RA instincts. I handle situations with much more ease than I've ever handled them before, like talking with, the police or, handling conflict situations.
It has changed my life in so many ways. I've grown professionally, career-wise, and just in my social life.
What are the main responsibilities that RAs handle?
Yeah, so mainly that includes participating in our on-call rotation. So every night they're kind of a go-to person for emergencies or lockouts. They also put on different programs for our residents.
Looking for advice? Our Res Life team seems to have it down.
A big piece of advice is before you submit your materials, make sure to proofread them, prepare whatever you can.
Have a good why behind the reason.
Making sure that you know this is what you want to do, making sure that you know that you're able to be a resource to those around you.
If you're ready to make an impact on campus today, don't miss out on the chance to apply by December 5th. For more information, check out Workday or ask your local hall director, resident advisor. This is Andrew McLean with Buckeye TV. Turkeys are gobbling and sleigh bells are ringing. The holiday season is here. One of the biggest debates during this time of year is when is it too early to decorate for Christmas? Reporter Cammie Bumpers has hit the streets to see what the people have to say.
Hello everyone, today I'm at Oakland Plant Nursery in Dublin, Ohio to answer the age-old question. When is it too early to put up your Christmas decorations? Let's ask the public. I talked to store manager Sarah Kellier and learned that holiday decorations usually go out during the first week of October due to the short turnaround between holidays. Their biggest push is after their fall festival in mid-October. Some customers complain, but most are excited to start shopping. Think you should decorate for Christmas before or after Thanksgiving?
After Thanksgiving.
We definitely think before is fine.
Before is
fine?
fine?
Yeah, that's why we're here today.
Where do you start?
I think you should decorate for Christmas before Thanksgiving because if you decorate after Thanksgiving, you don't have that much time to enjoy it.
The true reason for the season is how it makes us feel.
Oh, it just makes me feel part of family and love. Yeah.
Reminds me of family getting together.
My mother is here somewhere, and she and I decorate together, and so that's always a lot of fun to spend time together.
Oakland Plant Nursery is having an abundance of holiday activities where you can walk through Santa's Village, ride horse-drawn carriages, and get a free photos with Santa throughout the month of December. Check out their website for more information. Regardless of when you put up your Christmas decorations, it's a season of joy, celebration, and bringing everyone together. This has been Cammie Bumpers with Buckeye TV. As the Ohio State Buckeyes prepare to take on the Michigan Wolverines in the biggest football game of the season, one Buckeye TV reporter took to Ohio State's campus, asking students for their opinions of what could be worse than the team up north. Coming up next on Buckeye TV. As the Buckeyes are marched towards a highly anticipated postseason run, they must overcome a perennial thorn in their side, the Michigan Wolverines. The game comes back to Columbus this year, so it was only right to ask Ohio State students just how they feel about that team up north. Our reporter's Will Steigerwald has more.
For Ohio State football fans, and really any Ohio State student, losing to the Michigan Wolverines is one of, if not the worst feelings for a Buckeye sports fan. I'm outside of the Ohio Union to ask students inside, what really is worse than that team up north?
If I don't graduate, and yeah, that's about the only thing that's worse than losing to Michigan, is if I don't graduate.
Absolutely nothing. We have to win.
After the 2019 season, the Ohio State Buckeyes have yet to topple the Michigan Wolverines. During this 5-year span, the Wolverines have beaten Ohio State in Ann Arbor twice and once in Columbus. Now, some believe that beating Michigan this year should be the team's top priority.
No, we got to beat Michigan.
Yeah.
I've been here this is my 4th year now. We haven't beat Michigan once, and it's really sad. I don't know if I can do it a 4th year.
Beating Michigan.
Beating Michigan, why?
Because it'd just be so iconic. We already beat Penn State, so let's do 2 for 2.
Right now, the Buckeyes are 8-1 heading into a game against Northwestern, while that team up north sits at a solid 500 record, being 5-5. If records can tell us anything, this should be a cakewalk for the home team.
When they win, we're going to have a really great time and probably tear the city down.
In a year where the Buckeye football team started with high hopes and continues to ride on them throughout the season, a win against Michigan is a must, especially if they want to be considered contenders for the national championship. For Buckeye TV, I'm Will Steigerwald.
That does it for our coverage today on Buckeye TV. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Andrew McLean.
And I'm Kimmy Bumpers. Thank you for tuning in to a Buckeye TV production. We'll see you next time.